Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, we're back in the old studio. We're doing something a little bit different today. But as always, I'm Kung Fu Panda.
What's up? It's Landshark here. How y'all doing? We just want to give out some, before we get too far into it, it's been a wild week in the state of Kentucky. It's been a wild 2024.
24 has been crazy.
Yeah, so but we want to give thoughts, prayers
to people in Kentucky, Southern Ohio,
Tennessee. Anybody that was affected by the storms that hit this week.
Yeah.
And then in that same breath, Taiwan had a very, very big earthquake.
Yep.
Thoughts and prayers go out to them, the folks up in New York. A lot of crazy things happened this week. This has been one of the worst storm cells we've seen come through the state of Kentucky in a minute, man. And it done a lot of devastation.
Oh yeah, my hometown got hit with a tornado, and that's the first time I've ever heard that even hitting there.
Well, I remember you telling me your mom's.
It's funny. The funny thing about Koreans, I called my mom. I was like, "Mom, you doing all right?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm just sitting here eating pancakes. I ain't scared of no tornado. Just another day that ends up wild." I'm like, that's crazy.
Oh, that's wild. So, and the craziness is just it's getting worse. It's getting more. We got the eclipse coming through in a day or so. Yep. Kentucky's supposed to be one of the most blocked out states.
Yes.
I think we're supposed to have almost like a 90-something% coverage.
Just about.
So I think it's supposed to last for 4 minutes and 20-something seconds long. It started around 3 o'clock.
It should.
Started around 3 o'clock. So. What's your thoughts on this thing, man? It's coming through. What's your thoughts about the whole eclipse deal? I know there's a lot of stuff going on. Do not get on TikTok.
You're about to make me go down the rabbit hole on screen. But listen, it's not the eclipse that scares me. It's everything that's happening
because of it.
During it.
Yeah,
the biggest super collider is going to activate again on that day of the eclipse.
Yeah, that's what the wife was telling me. That's really smart,
if you listen to TikTok, the tribes of Israel are going to sacrifice the red heifer, and if you're a biblical person, that's the first sign of the apocalypse.
Well, let's hope
you want to go down rabbit holes, buddy.
Yeah, I've been doing the same thing. I've done a couple of rabbit holes on the Puff Daddy situation. No Diddy.
Speaking of which, we all knew that stuff was happening, and now it's coming to light.
And I heard y'all talking about this while I was using the bathroom there. Hollywood's just crazy. Some of the stuff that's coming out, to each their own, but the way it's being done is just really evil.
I mean,
evil.
Are you surprised, though? We knew for years that Hollywood executives were just a bunch of pedos.
Yeah, and like I said, it's been told to us. It's just, deaf ears, I guess. That's what this fell upon. And it's just crazy, man. All this craziness coming through, myself with the eclipse, I do believe that it does. Anytime it comes through, there's a history of, bad weather, crazy kind of Mother Nature events taking place. And I believe that's just some kind of rotation thing or whatever. But that's a few things. We want to get that out of the way, talk about that. Now let's go back towards, because the eclipse thing, if everything goes haywire and you're without help or whatever, that's this survival prepping, being ready. I don't know if you can see it or not. I've got a couple of Glocks taking apart here in front of me. I went and run some today. Didn't get a chance to clean.
Speaking of which, how'd that go?
The Wasp 43 shot great, other than a couple of operator errors, and then my 19, my EDC. I was working on EDC carry today, so my 19 ran just as smooth as always. There was a few times where I was off, but that, like I said, that's operator error. Yeah. That's on me. That I think the gun shoots great.
Another important lesson. Always train.
Always train. Always doing something. So I haven't got a chance to clean. We thought this would be a good idea just to kind of go back, have one of our old episodes where we're talking about some movies.
Yep.
Talk about a cryptid event with the big man in the state of Kentucky and not far from around the corner. We'll talk about that. Yep. What else we will talk about today, my friend?
We're going to talk about those. I'm drawing a blank right here, but I think you got it.
We wanted to go back and we're going to kind of, once again, we're going to let you know what's coming up. We've got a few things. Big Jake will be on the next show. Yep. For sure. He was in the... Should
I go ahead and start my idea and see? Well, I don't know if he's willing for it, but if I call it out, he might do it.
So
we'll do it later.
We might have a little old-fashioned WWE style call out, brother. Yeah, brother. We might have one of those coming up. So, all this, I'm gonna sit here and clear my gun. We're gonna talk about a couple of vampire movies that we've watched here in the last little bit. I want to talk a little bit about the Expendables. And I'm a Stallone guy. I mean, y'all know I'm a Sylvester Stallone guy.
Yep.
This was probably I know 2 and this one are the worst for me. 1 was pretty good fun, and 3's kind of gimmicky, but it's a guilty pleasure.
Well, if this last one's what I remember you telling me about it, I refuse to watch it. That's what
I don't want to give too much of it away because this ain't a spoiler show and we didn't give no warnings or whatever.
Well, at the same time, it's been out for enough time.
It's been out for enough time. Yeah, it's on.
Get over it.
Actually, I think we watched it on the Stars app.
Yeah.
I would have paid for this movie. I'm glad I waited so long to watch it. Actually.
Yeah.
So, but that ain't just, that's the negative. But we got some good movies to talk about.
Yep.
And one we've actually, it's kind of like a diamond in the rough.
Yep.
We both enjoy it. It's a vampire movie that's
Yep.
on Netflix, and we're going to talk about it coming up.
Yeah.
So, right now, I'm going to let you chop it up with the folks. I'm going to get started on some cleaning right here, ladies and gents.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and start that really great Diamond in the Rough movie on Netflix. Day Shift, if you haven't seen it, has Jamie Foxx in it. It's a really good vampire movie. It has out of every vampire movie, you always get that band of hunters that have like a society stuff. This really branches out the society. It's basically a bounty system. They have a whole system of how you take things off of vampires, you get them, you get money, you get paid for it. You got this whole thing going on. It's really good. Something we haven't seen in a while. The closest I can think of is John Carpenter's Vampires of the actual band, but nothing as fleshed out as Day Shift did.
And you're probably right. I can't think of one myself that's been out that kind of is the same as it. I really enjoyed this movie.
It was fast paced,
very fast paced, and it come along too. I was looking for a good movie one night. Well, not a good movie. I was just looking for some background noise while I played with some of the Landshark gear, and it was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
It caught my eye, and I just couldn't stop watching it.
No,
he had a great action scenes. Are fast paced, brutal.
Some really, really entertaining violence in it. Really entertaining violence.
That second group comes in. They beat the heck out of that whole house coven.
Oh yeah,
they're just going through a house.
The dude from Shameless and the big dude from Shameless and the great Scott Adkins.
Yeah.
Love that dude. I love a lot of movies he's in. He's a great martial artist. And he gets down with that most stuff, dude.
Brutal.
And then his brother is played by the bartender Kevin from Shameless, is carrying the custom AK-47, just doing work, man. It was really entertaining.
It's crazy.
And then you had Fox, man.
Yeah, he did great. He did great. I always liked that the old hunter that needs to get back into the game because it's a different story. Not like something happened to his family or something happened. It's right. Hey, I need money. I'm broke. See, Dave Franco's in it. Which
that's Dave. That's
Dave.
Not the freak, not the weird one.
Yeah. He had a lot of good comical, get that bit of comedy in there. That kind of.
I guess that's what you could say mostly about him was he was kind of the
your comedic relief.
Yeah, it wasn't Fox. Fox had some good lines and all that, but he was your action star, and then you have the great Snoop Dogg.
Yes,
he plays a country black guy, a country western dude. And they're in California, but he's still got that that dog swagger about him. And I love his character, Big J. I love his character, dude.
It is amazing.
Yeah, I mean it was a real good movie. Like I said, it's called Day Shift. It's on Netflix.
Netflix.
It's actually a Netflix original, right?
It is a Netflix original.
Yeah.
It was really good. Netflix has had a couple really flaky movies here and there, but that was a really good one. That was a really good one. The only thing I regret is that needed to be a TV show. I needed that fleshed out.
You want to see more.
You just had this whole universe set up, and it's like, oh man, now it's over.
And because there ain't many of the actual vampire hunter characters you're going to like in it, like Scott Adkins and his brother.
Yeah.
And then maybe Snoop's role, but the other guys are not really that likable. I didn't The pawn shop guy, I know him and Fox were friends, but I
Yeah.
really didn't.
Yeah.
He always plays a bad guy, but he's a good guy in this one. It's just hard to see him in that role for me.
But here's an aspect of it I really did like. You got to see a vampiric transformation happen real time, but not to the point of like pure rage. For example, 30 Days a Night, they just get that pure bloodlust.
That's right.
But this one, he still retains his stuff. He just has this blood hunger. He's
Yeah.
fighting it the whole time. It's comical how all this stuff happens. He gets his head cut off and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and he was. It's actually Franco's character.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was real funny with the way that he knew he was changing, but he was able to kind of keep that mind frame of, I don't have to kill. I want to try to do this another way.
Yeah.
And then
He goes, I don't want to die.
Yeah, there's a female character in it that kind of helps him along, and don't want it because that's kind of a twist there, so I won't give that one up. But really entertaining movie, man. You got Netflix. I think it's like an hour and a half long. Go check it out.
Not bad.
Your boy Landshark enjoyed it. And,
That was great.
I like a good vampire movie. I
Yeah.
really do, especially when they're done right. Now, I'm not a Twilight fan. I didn't get into that. I'm not those kind of vampires.
Yeah.
Really like the early Underworlds.
Yes,
I really love
yes.
some of the early ones, but now not all of them are bad. They're pretty good movies. So I've always been that kind of vampire
I'm
guy.
conflicted on Underworld. Now you bring that up, I'm very conflicted on that. I just
really?
hate the werewolves.
Uh,
I've always hated that. It
Really?
always turned me off the movie.
Really?
I can't-
What can I ask? What is it about it that you didn't like? What was
So I don't like how the werewolf look. That they're kind of more humanistic with like teeth. Does that make sense?
it? Well, I
There
mean, they
was
do
really that
full trance.
Yeah, but it just didn't work for me. Like because you don't really see it like early in the film. You see that it just throws me off.
Okay.
You know, and I have a hard time trying to get past that. You know, I'm gonna hit old school. I've always been the howling werewolf.
Well,
kind of
remember a
fan.
few years ago when we first started this Rick and Morty, this charades that we call the KPLS. We done a werewolf
episode? Yeah,
episode, and Howling was actually I like the Howling, and was it Silver Bullet that we?
Silver Bullet we watched.
God, it's such a good one. I love that one.
Gary fucking Busey.
But you too can be a religious special. You just got to learn to tie your shoes and eat burritos backwards. That is a true quote from Gary Busey, y'all. That is a true quote from that gentleman.
But I just had a hard time with it. But going back with vampires though, I mean, Day Shift just
It was very
icing on the cake. It was
very
just
entertaining.
it had everything you wanted in a movie.
And you know us, we're weapons freaks and has some really cool weapons.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx had a really sharp Glock 19 that he called Snake Eyes.
Yep.
It was gorgeous, and then he carried a really cool little, almost pistol-sized 12 gauge.
Yeah.
And I like that. That's kind of simplistic, but it gets the job done. So,
yeah.
a really good movie in Day Shift with Jamie Foxx in it.
Okay.
So,
No, that was good. So, you watched the newest Expendables.
I did.
I've always liked the Expendables series just because it's just a play on every action
Yeah,
hero that we've
just-
ever grew up with.
right.
You told me some things about it that I didn't like, and I kind of refuse to watch it right now. What is this big thing that we wanted to tell the folks about why this movie kind of
Well, I don't want to give it away.
went, instead of going the right way, decided to take that left turn down
So-
to where the hell are we going?
Well, let's say this: it's a Stallone movie, and Stallone's only in it for about 15 minutes, if
Yep.
that, and it's over an hour and something long. It's really a Jason Statham movie. You got Megan Fox added. 50 Cent plays a new role, plays a new guy, but he's a really decent role. Him and then like Dolph Lundgren, it's showing him getting older, and he's almost like he's sober now completely, and he's almost like a running joke until the end of the movie, and then even then it's a running joke. Randy Couture gets a lot more camera time this time around.
Did they bring anybody back from the previous movies, like Jet Li or anything? Like
No,
that?
Jet Li wasn't in it. I don't know. No, Jet Li wasn't in it. But now they did. Tony Jaa was, and he's awesome as usual. And then the other guy, there was two really good martial artists in it that Stallone brought in. You're bored one night. It's storming one night. Can't get out. Nothing like that. Really tried to watch it. I guess Like I said, it's not the best, but it's entertaining. It'll take up an hour and a half. And then, I mean, Statham's back on point. It's like I said, it's almost just a Jason Statham movie, but he puts in some work. He's got some good camera time in it.
The problem I have with Jason Statham is his role's the same in every single action movie I've seen him in. He's the same person. It's not like a different type of character.
And
you don't get really no development to the character he's trying to build. Right. Stallone, on the other hand, for example, his most famous movie, Rambo.
Well, it's crazy you ask. A lot of people say Rocky, but I mean, my favorite is Rambo.
We're going straight to action, not sports related. Right. Sports drama.
Okay.
All right, but Rambo is this conflict. You get the conflicted veteran. You see him develop to the person he was, this brutal machine, just trying to fight. Fight for what's right.
Right.
And of course the last one he just basically says, "Don't step on me. I'm going to kill you."
Right.
But Statham's just legitimately the same thing for a while. I don't think he's had a good movie since Crank, and that's really the only last Jason Statham movie I really watched.
Well, I mean, I do like him in the Expendable series, but outside of that universe, I
just don't think it's an original character.
I agree with you. Even
Stallone's character, I like him. He's just carrying a 44
or 45.
45.
Yeah,
no. He had the
he's got,
revolver.
Yeah, but it's a long cut 45.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It's not as good as some of the other ones. Like I said, 1 and 3 are probably my favorites. And then this one just it's got Megan Fox in it. She's hot. She's easy to look at. Other than that, though, I mean, it was all right. It took up an hour and a half. Like I said, entertaining, but it is what it is on it.
Yeah, I'm still not gonna watch it. I can't. You can't make a Stallone. It's basically you're saying this is Halloween Ends. We're gonna have your icon show up for only about 15 minutes all the time.
That's actually a good comparison, truthfully.
It's not a good way to hand off a torch to somebody else.
No, and absolutely not. But it is what it is. Like I said, it's a Stallone movie, so I was going to watch it one way or another. And
gotcha.
It finally come on free on Stars, and I watched it. And like I said, kind of the feeling with that movie for me, it is what it is.
Yeah. So, any other good movies you've seen?
We watched a couple. We watched the remake of Children of the Corn, and it's different. It's very different. The little kids actually some of the best little kid actors I've seen in a movie franchise in a minute. It was really it took me by surprise. It really did. I was watching it late night. Was all winding down, and I could have just been tired, but. As far as that goes, it was not a horrible flick. It really, really was.
Did it still have Malachi and Isaac and all that?
I know.
Did they change it up a little bit?
No, I mean, the kids were there. I can't remember. It was more of a little girl causing it this time. And that little chick, I don't know who she is. She was awesome. She was crazy freaky.
Yep.
So it was entertaining. It was. I mean, it's on Amazon. It's another free one. Yep. So I watched it.
And that's a good point. Changing up how these classics to remakes and changing doing a role reversal is not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
The last couple of remakes we've had of movies that we thought were decent enough was pretty good. Prey, Hellraiser, and you're saying Children of the Corn. They did the role reversal.
Now, I wouldn't put the Children of the Corn up there with Prey.
Oh, of course, but when you're looking at it, it's not.
It's not a bad remake. No.
And it's not pushing it. Was it pushing down your face saying, "Hey, we got a female lead"?
No.
It's not like Sonori Weaver wasn't the first all-female lead. That was the best badass you can get.
No, it was. It actually is. It sold it really well. She was a very believable, possessed little chick. Like I said, so it is somebody else's movie, so there's one or two different things in it, but it's a lot better than some of the sequels, I think.
That's good.
What about you? Was the last good movie you seen like horror?
Yeah, horror related. Now that's, I try to go some stuff. I tried to watch the new Exorcist because I've always been an Exorcist fan. And I will refuse to get past the first 5 minutes.
Really, that bad?
It's pretty bad. It's nothing. The whole aspect. If you're watching an Exorcist film, you want demonic, you want grotesque, you want all kinds of little like smart gore, just like body contortions and stuff. You want it to look good, make sense of a story.
Well, I mean, you want
and it wasn't really.
You want that movie that you want to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, that goes back to what we were saying with Halloween Ends. Man.
It wasn't good, you know. And it's and I'm not going to go back. This movie's a little bit older, but the last Exorcist type movie that I slightly enjoyed was The Pope's Exorcist. It was just comical with Russell Crowe in it.
So that was supposed to be a trequel coming out, like a 3, and they're not doing them now for some odd reason. I don't know.
I think the times of Exorcist movies has gone away.
Yeah,
you can't get back to the old school way. People are too soft, I think, and you're attacking religion.
Here we go.
And you can't have that nowadays.
Yeah.
You know.
I watched a what was it? I seen an advertisement for the new Damien, the Omen movie. They're saying it's the first one or Omen, the first Omen or something like that.
Yeah.
I you know, you just said it, and I was kind of thinking, sorry y'all, I'm trying to get this done.
Yeah.
Thinking the same thing, like. I hate to be that guy because all the Marvel movies that come out, I watched them when everybody was saying they were saturating the market. Yeah. But isn't that kind of the term you probably use right now for some of these demonic style movies like that?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's saturated and they don't want to push the edge anymore.
Right.
It's too. How do you say it's almost too clean. It's clean in the aspect of it. You're not going true demonic, true evil. You're trying to make it not as what it should be, what you would expect it to be.
Right.
So, I mean, that's me. It wasn't good. I wouldn't recommend watching it. Now, there's one movie I did watch, but it's a sports movie.
You do want to talk about this.
I want to talk about this.
So please do.
Ladies and gentlemen, watch The Iron Claw if you ever get a chance. I've never been more impressed in a sports movie. I've never been more impressed in 2 actors getting in physical shape just to play an 80s wrestler.
Really?
Zac Efron bulked up like crazy.
Yeah, I seen the trailers and
Jeremy White the same way, bulked up, looked really good on it.
The Shameless one. And
it was really good storyline. It's really.
Well, I mean, if you go by their true story, man alive,
it followed the true story.
Okay, and I mean, as long as it does that, I mean, that's going to be interesting.
If you're watching it, you're so invested in it, and it's how it's filmed. You're not getting a lot of emotional stuff. You don't see all these bad things happens to Kevin Von Erich, which is Zac Efron's character.
Well, the Von Erich family. Yeah. He's the main brother.
He's the main one.
Yeah.
You see all those things happen, but he grew up in a family where you don't shed a tear. He's tough, man. You get all this. You're building up all this emotion inside
old school Southern Texas family.
Yeah, and you're building all this, and then you get to the end, and everything climaxes, and eventually a point I teared up at the end. It got really emotional at the end. There's a scene at the end that really. I'm pretty sure 90% of his audience. That's where it broke down because I didn't shed a tear at all at every brother's death or anything. That all this tragedy that kept happening until the very end. And it just finally hit. It was a great movie, and because of that, I got this inspiration in me that I think I need to call out somebody right now.
Uh-oh.
I think I need to, hold on, let me channel this in. Big Jake Break, I'm calling you out. You don't want this smackdown from Kung Fu Panda of the KPLS crew? What do you say about that, Landshark?
I say that's your first official challenge for a wrestling match. In KPLS,
I don't think that giant wants me to pick him up and slam him on that mat. He won't believe it. I won't believe it until it happens. But let's go.
So there you go, Big Jake. We got your first call out of the KPLS show. Wow. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to sit back, have me a drink, make me some Smart Pop, and laugh. But very, very emotional movie. You can see. And if you know the Von Erich story, man,
it's crazy. Very sad.
It's very sad. So, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. I've heard you talk about it. So now I guess it's
like I said,
it's time for me to try to get to it and watch it myself.
Like I said, in my opinion, for 2024, I know it released in December, but I managed to watch it in January. It's really the only good movie I've seen this year that I was actually really impressed, and I would watch it again. I'll watch it multiple times.
Okay, so
it's one of those I can sit there watching. I'll catch. I want to catch things I missed.
It is getting the definite Kung Fu Panda thumbs up there. So,
but Kung Fu Panda is just a storytelling guy. If it's a good story, I'll watch it.
Exactly.
But it was impressive to me.
Good.
But,
Well, I'm glad to see too with because I grew up. I love wrestling. As a younger, I'm not a big fan no more. We've done a wrestling episode with Big Jake.
Yeah.
Dude, I grew up loving wrestling, and it's good to see that they've done one of the prominent wrestling families a good justice. That's a good
very
thing.
good justice.
I'm gonna dig into my toolbox for a second.
Go ahead. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it back a little bit from this movie stuff, and we need to talk about what happened. Was it this month or last? It was last month. Happened this event that happened.
A cryptid sighting in the state of Kentucky?
Over where? Over Mammoth Cave
Are
National
the
Park?
cryptid boys going to talk about a cryptid story? Hell yes, we are.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for a good one to come up, and this is what started the show.
Yes.
These type of sightings right here, and it's a dang good one. It really, really is, man. So
let me set the scene of this is what happened. You and your girlfriend, we're sitting here, we're at this national park. We're gonna camp out. We're sleeping in the tent. It's probably 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. We're getting rest. We're looking at some stars. All of a sudden we hear a bunch of rustling, massive rustling coming out of the brush right by our campsite. Maybe is it a bear? No, this is Western Kentucky. There's really not a lot of bear out this way. That's huge. What is that? You get out to investigate, and all of a sudden, shots come flying over your head.
Well, and listen, go check this out, Mammoth Cave, Kentucky, Bigfoot sighting. There was a guy that would come on and said this is a report that is happening right now through a news.
Federal agents are investigating.
So there was a report of gunshots. There was a man and his son come up on him first. He said, "Hey, this is we got a gun, pretty much. We are." Something destroyed our camp. This is Bigfoot country. We think it's a Bigfoot, and next thing you know, that couple hears the
gunshots.
Wow.
357 going off in the middle of a park.
Yeah. So.
It happened. It happened right over in Mammoth Cave National Park. The guy that took the shots, first name was Brian. He took a shot saying it was.
They had the name of the guy.
Here's the main thing he said. He said, "I know it's a Bigfoot because there's no bear out in this country, and no bear is that large." He said, "I've never seen a bear that large," and he shot at it. So federal police and state police are doing an investigation. Did an investigation. I'm assuming they're probably still doing it.
Yeah, I've not seen anything else on it, so we need to kind of look that up.
Here's the crazy thing about that. Not even like a few days later and after that, there was a video posted over in Cave Run, Kentucky.
Yeah,
of a Bigfoot.
Of a Bigfoot. So. And I don't know if they're close to each other. Are they close to each other?
Geographically, I couldn't tell you. I need a map.
And it's been so long. I went to Mammoth Cave once, but good Lord, I was a little minnow. I wouldn't.
That is a creepy. We've brought that up in past episodes too. What is it? Talking about the synchronicities of Mammoth Cave and all these sightings of
It's the cave system. It's the cave systems. So the state of Kentucky has the biggest cave system known in the world. Okay, we're actually second to I think South America.
Yes.
But just for a state itself, its cave systems are unbelievable.
Yeah.
And a lot of cryptologists really believe that they connect to other places if you do the right things. So and one of them is supposed to connect to and if Google this, I've seen it on the internet, so it's got to be true. But one of them actually connects to the Utah Basin where a Skinwalker Ranch resides. So that's a pretty cool kind of little connection right there in the cryptid world. So, but that's a local cryptid that's happened. Yeah. It's a cool story. It's like a 3-minute video. We seen it on TikTok. How about let's share it to the Facebook page?
Yeah, we'll share
it to the Facebook page, and you all tell us what you think. Yeah. Give us some comments, y'all. And I'm messing with this shirt. I'm sorry, I worked out today. I'm tired. I'm tired.
While I was doing some research on that and trying to find out other things, you know what? There's another cryptid sighting from Mammoth Cave as well. You know the big lake and water channels they have in the cave?
Yeah,
there's shark sightings in that.
Really?
They say there's cave sharks in Mammoth Cave.
Wow. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying yeah.
You have genetically altered sharks in research bases. You have sharks that decide to fly out in tornadoes and get you. Now you got sharks in caves. What else?
Good Lord. A couple of shark movies for you there. Sharknator.
Deep Blue
They would
Sea.
say Deep Blue Sea with LL Cool J in it. And, that's what we need to do one day is just have, there was some 97 to 99. There's some crazy, ridiculous creature features that come out. And they were
With some very high listed rappers playing roles. In
that was kind of where everybody was transitioning into the movies and everything.
Yeah.
So there's some pretty good ones out there we might need to check out. We got a lot of ideas coming up. Man's almost done. I'm blessed to get the weekends off most of the time.
My work contract's about up for years, so I'm gonna be more available now to do a lot of this.
And then we can get into a lot more content coming up as we creep on into the spooky season. Cannot wait. It's almost time
it's
for
chaos and Vitus.
From what I'm right now, we're still going to. We're going to be giving you all another great walkthrough of the new and improved Haunted Trail of Chaos.
Yeah.
I actually got to touch base with my man. I ain't spoke to him in a few days, so it'd be good to reach out and say hi to him anyway.
Yeah.
Hey man, going to have some things coming down the pipe right here. As we always say and as we always try to do. And one of the biggest things that I've talked about that the wife's actually all aboard on now because she wants the room for something else. And we actually need some things. We need another building up here. Is what
we need a bigger space. Is what main thing
for the KPLS because of some of the guests that we are trying to get on. So we have possibly a new studio coming.
I'm excited.
I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. I say possibly. So it's a big deal, man, coming up. That's going to be great.
Yeah.
We'll get together, decorate it, make it.
I think it's going to be good new space.
Yeah.
Do some stuff and get a lot more people on.
And it'd just be a really cool, man cave if nothing else, but it'd be a really cool setup.
Yep.
And make us look a lot better with what we're doing, what we're trying to pull.
Yeah.
And cross your fingers. Can't wait.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. So, a little bit different of a show today.
Yeah.
You got anything else? Any other movies you want to talk about? We still got the special coming up. It won't be next week because we got to let my man get a Saturday off.
Yeah.
But we are going to do the live review of the Crow trailer that we've spoke about and watch the 1994 classic in my eyes. Brandon Lee's The Crow.
Brandon Lee just does it, man.
Yeah. So don't tell them what it is yet. Don't ruin it for the show. But has your opinion of the trailer changed? Mine has, and we'll talk about it off air. But
okay, a little bit, and we'll talk off air because I don't want to spoil this yet because it's still just a trailer, and I don't want to give my opinion up because there's things about it I like, and there's things the more I watched it, I'm like, okay, why are we trying to woke this movie a little bit?
So. Mine's changed actually even more than what it was. So we'll talk about it off air and then you all get it on this special Crow episode. Maybe we'll have some more training videos coming up. We got a lot of ideas, man. We got a lot of things going on. But we wanted to get some content out. We wanted to give our shout out to those people, with the storm thing is stuff like that's that's the real reason that you prep. That's the real reason that you do the survivalist thing because what if people couldn't get to those guys? Maybe somebody's trapped. Maybe somebody needed first aid that day. So there's a lot of different things there. A lot of different reasons to be prepared. It ain't got to be all about the guns. No. The hunting, all that. Food, water, learning how to work a satellite radio. Learn how to work a ham radio. Just learning first aid, So there's a lot of different reasons too. Hopefully everybody out there, like I said, prayers and all that. We wanted to say that. So, good episode. A little bit more somber than we've had. Got some cool things coming up. You got anything to say, big man? Still hitting that gym. Still.
Yes, I am.
The lights melting off over here, guys. I'm telling you.
I don't want to do math. I lost about 20 pounds already doing that.
Outstanding.
Just trying to get back in that football shape a little bit. At least I'm trying to train it as. But.
Right. Whatever. Woo! got her looking good. Whatever gets you in that way.
Yeah.
Whatever gets you in that gym. Whatever gets you to be a better person. Where I work at, sometimes I tell the people, hey, you know, and then we start talking about religion because it is a religious place. If it's not God that makes you, or Jesus Christ to make you be a better person, find whatever it is to make you be that better person.
Find your drive. I mean, that's the main thing.
That's the main thing is, you know, we all ain't going to agree on the same things. We all ain't going to get along about the same things, but we all are humans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Find whatever makes you be a better person.
Yeah.
So, you got anything else, big boy? Because I
think we're ready to sign this off.
Sign this off. It's been a different episode. We've got the guns clean. Now I'm going to put a little magic back in the mags.
Put a little brass in that handgun.
Yeah, put a little magic back in the mags and enjoy the rest of the afternoon, man. So this is your boy, Landshark, signing off, saying it's better to have it and not need it, and need it and not have it, so you better run and grab it.
This is your boy, Kungfu Panda. Always remember, folks, you ain't got time to bleed, so keep on moving. And Big Jake, I'm still calling you out. You don't want this smackdown.